Hi everyone, this is Arcadius and welcome back to Naval Creed. Today we'll be going over the American battleship Missouri and specifically the buff to her vertical dispersion as we have gone over for the last couple of days. Missouri only got a 9% reduction for her vertical dispersion, so the lowest out of all the changes, but honestly, Missouri was already really accurate to begin with, so I can only imagine what kind of firepower the ship is going to be able to crank out now. There's not much difference between her and Iowa, and in fact, actually, right now, my Iowa is stronger than my Missouri. And the only main difference is that you can either equip a advanced AA evasion, which I'm not really sure what this does, but it kind of scatters the plane, so that's why I use it. Or you get a radar, which is not that good. It's 15-kilometer range, but it's only 50-meter precision. It is, however, the only battleship that can equip a radar right now, so there's a perk right there. But besides that, there's really no difference from Iowa gameplay, besides probably being a little bit more accurate already. So let's toss her in the game and see what we can do. Alright, let's see what kind of game we have today. As soon as it loads. Here we go. Alright, we got a carrier, 5 battleships, 4 cruisers, and 1 destroyer. So actually a pretty good matchup for this ship. We have enough A to take on carriers. Remember, I have that somewhat defensive AA. It's not exactly the same. A lot of battleships, and we got a lot of 16-inch guns, so we can make sure work at them. Cruisers, again, main guns. And destroyers, we got secondaries, and we have our main guns. And our speed, that is also very helpful. So I do have health buffs and speed buffs applied, so do keep that in mind. And we're just going to start heading off here. One major thing between Iowa and Missouri is Iowa gets 4 heals, I'm pretty sure, and Missouri only gets 3. So you do lose a heal if that is correct. I actually don't really remember, but if that is true, then yeah, you have to keep that in mind. Alright, so we're going to start heading out this way. I used to play Missouri a lot way back in the beginning when I was gaming, when I first got her, and she was amazing. She's still amazing today, but there's just a lot more stronger ships now. But Missouri still has her own place in the sun. Definitely one of the better free XP ships by, well, what we have for right now. The second strongest being the Yamato refit. Alright, so we already got some targets in range. Let's wait for them to give us some good broadside, and then we'll start opening up here. There's a Minotaur right there. Let's see if we can get a few good shots at her before she speeds up enough. Alright, so the vertical dispersion, it looks very good. The horizontal, on the other hand, that first level was kind of garbage. But we still were able to do 13.5k to that Minotaur. And this Missouri is now giving us, I think, just enough broadside that we can get some good pens on her. Well, she is angling towards us a little bit more now. But let's see. Wow, 3 shatters? That's interesting. Okay, guess we'll just go for something lighter for right now. I think I'm... No, the Alsace is starting to turn here. No, she's turning back. Okay. We're going to pop our wannabe Def AA and see how many planes we can knock down here. I could run full AA on my Missouri, but I think I have reloaded rotation instead of anything else. And that works fine for me. Secondaries opening up on the booster. Not really much that they're going to be able to do, but hey, any damage is cool. I'm just going to ricochet off of that angle. So let's try and eliminate this carrier real quick. Alright, there goes the booster. Send a shot towards the Essex. Let's see what we get. 1 Citadel, bunch of damage, but it did not sink. Alright, but now we got a good broadside on this Alsace, so let's see what we can do here. With good vertical dispersion, we should be able to nail quite a few shots on the waterline. It didn't sink her though. Wow, Missouri's not really liking me today. That's fine. Most of the time I would have been able to one-shot pretty much anything I come across. Assuming we get the shells right, we should be able to finish her off now. Yeah, that's very good. Let's focus on the carrier here real quick. And then we can turn back around and finish off the other battleships that we have a broadside on. Let's slow down a bit so we can cap the base here. Three overpens? Okay. I would assume that should be enough to finish her off. Wow, just barely? Okay. Alright, well let's see if we can do any better against heavily armored targets now. And we did get the base, so that's nice. It doesn't look like... oh. No, there's no strike aircraft up for me, so we're good there as well. Cool. What kind of broadsides do we have? Well, we have a Missouri broadside. See if we can do anything about that. There we go. Alright, a little bit better. Ooh, Tikal wants to play. Wrong decision. There we go. Let's use the rear turret here real quick. Still getting shatters. That's kind of surprising. There's a Rodney over here too. Do we have another player in here? Oh, we do. Take a look at that. Okay, well that works out. And we got a pretty good broadside. Well, actually, it was a good broadside, but now we're probably going to get a lot of ricochets. Well, only one, but not a lot of damage. Where is our other player? Oh, right there. Okay. And here we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. You can always expect Yamato to provide some nice, juicy citadels. Though she was going faster than I expected. We still got 50k, so that works out. We might take a bit of damage here. Or we may not take any at all. That works out too. Cool. And then she is trying to angle, but it's not going to save her. Secondaries are opening up. We damaged the main gun on Missouri somehow. And Rodney is giving us quite a bit of broadside. And I think I'm still going to ricochet off of Missouri there. So we're going to try and Citadel Rodney here. But she is pretty heavily protected for a battleship, honestly. It's never a guarantee if you're going to Citadel her, and in this case, it wasn't a guarantee. Alright, we're going to leave Bravo because we're never going to cap it with all these secondaries hitting us anyways. And send some more shells into Rodney's stern. He was almost down, that's another 20k. Let's focus secondaries on her, though I think they're coming in at too flat of an angle to actually hit the superstructure. And let's see if we can finish off this Missouri real quick, because she is honestly the more dangerous threat. And there we go, 6 citadels, 71,000 damage. Didn't really know how to go point blank with the ship today, but I guess that's what it takes. Yes, we are taking a lot of damage from this Rodney, but we will have her dead in the next salvo. Can we get another Citadel just for laughs? No. Oh well. Hey, well, the ship is still a beast. She can still dish out the damage like she used to. And that vertical dispersion buff did make her a little bit better at longer range. It's just the shells didn't want to do the damage for me today. But we had 422,000 damage, 6 ships sunk, 110 shell hits, 10 aircraft shot down, 16 citadels, 1 capped base, 1 defended cap, 104 secondary hits, for almost 15,000 base XP and just short of 1,200 base or free XP as well. Alright, so we got 420,000 damage just in armor piercing alone, and then secondary battery did the rest with no fires set. Surprisingly, 104 shell hits, no fires. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so Missouri, she didn't really like me today, but still a great ship. If you see my first video on her, that's normally how she plays for me. You just one-shot everything you come across. But yeah, she's a really, really good ship. Definitely recommend this free XP ship if you are in the mood to look for one. And with that, I will wrap up today's video. If you liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe for further content. And join me next time while we go over Montana and her new vertical dispersion buff as well. This will be the final American battleship that we go over for this buff. Yes, Orion also had that change made to her, but Montana is just exactly the same. So I'm only going to do one, and I'm going to choose to do Montana. So thank you for watching, and take care.